So now we have young women, middle-aged women, seeing women walking down the street. And I say, hey, can you help me for a second? You're going to look up at me? Sure. Right? I'm going to say, my phone doesn't work. Can you use your phone for a second? But with politeness, your politeness is going to be your enemy. That's going to be my tool. You will give me your phone. You might take off with it. Now I got all your information and everything else on it, right? Set you up another one. Let's stand up for a second. I'm in an elevator, right? You hit the button on the outside of the elevator, all of a sudden the elevator door stands there. You're going to step on the elevator, you know why? Because you don't want to offend me. So you're going to step on the elevator, step on my elevator. And now what are you going to do? Are you going to stand there and look at me? That's right. You're going to turn your back to me. You know why? Because you don't want me to see how concerned and afraid you are. I'm a bad guy. Guess what? Guess what? I can have whatever I want in about 10 seconds. So that's how it happens. So can you be too polite? Every moment of the day, right? Nothing wrong with being nice to someone. You walk up to me and say, hey, can you help me? You know what? I don't have the time. I'm sorry. Somebody else will. Have a good day. What's wrong with that? Of course he is. You know what? Do you have the time? No, I'm sorry, I don't. Nothing wrong with that, right? Elevator door opens, Mr. Creepy standing there, right? Hey, you know what? I'll wait for the next one. You can do that. Do I get offended? You know what? Maybe a little bit, but is that worth your safety? Not a chance, right? Not a chance. So there's another big problem in our society, especially with women. They have an obligation to be polite. It's expected, isn't it? Because when you were a little girl, you were told to be nice to everybody, right? So now all of a sudden, you're going to get confused people that understand that, and they're going to use that against you for what they perceive as the right. Here's that, isn't it? Right? And it happens, right? It happens all the time. Happens every day. It is. It's very scary. So, when talking about it, the biggest part of self-defense is awareness. Knowing these things that are around you. Being cognizant that not every person you meet in a day is good people. I'm going to really startle you now. I read crime statistic not that long ago. It was about 2 years ago, and I'm sure it probably hasn't changed. And that statistic was that 80% of all women, at one point in their life are being targeted by a predator. Think about that. For one reason or another, it didn't happen. Maybe you were too far away. Maybe you were with group of people. Maybe you were having dinner with your husband or your boyfriend. For some reason, it didn't happen. But if those circumstances may have been different, maybe you were alone. Maybe you were walking down the street at night. Maybe you were walking across that Walmart parking lot right up against those cars. Different situation, different time, different outcome. So those are all things that women have to be cognizant of and be cautious of. Awareness, reporting, God report. Report. The most scariest thing is the majority of assaults that happen on women happen in their own fucking home. Like, what is wrong with that? There is something hugely wrong with that. So it's either from a father, a husband, an uncle, a cousin, a brother. in your house, right? So why don't women report it? That's why. You know, they report it. I'm going to have to report my uncle. It's going to cause a huge problem in the family breakdown. Maybe that's my mom's brother. My mom's going to be mad at me. Maybe this creep actually said, you say anything to anybody, you kill your whole family. Because that's what happens, right? So that's why women don't report, but report. That's the first thing that has to happen. And as I said, if the first person doesn't want to listen to you, go to person two, right? If you're a young woman and you have to go and talk to your mom, and your mom says to you, you know what, maybe you're mistaken, go to a teacher. Tell the teacher. If that teacher has maybe some question or doubt, or maybe you don't feel that that is really what, you know, your point's not getting across, go to a guidance counselor, go to a police officer, go somewhere and report, because somebody will listen and they'll help you. And they'll go through that process with you, and they'll look after that. And not only is it good for you physically, it's good for you emotionally. It's the emotional scars and violence and sexual abuse that lasts so long. It's scary. You know, I train a girl. I train a girl in jiu-jitsu, and she is hard. I mean tough. I got guys that question going on the mat and fighting her because she's that tough. She had an issue a long time ago in her life and was uncomfortable about bringing it out. And you know what? It was only during the last couple of years that I believe she has truly dealt with it. She has truly taken that monster through her own empowerment, through her own training, and through her own understanding of violence now. And she's dealt with that monster. She's in control of it. And one thing I can say, God help any man that ever tries to put his hands on her today, because it'll be a totally different outcome. Totally different. And that's self-defense, right? That's the understanding of it. So we're going to start stepping into some combative stuff. But I want to before we get into that, I just want to talk a little bit about resistance and attacks. We always have to be mindful of our legal and moral obligations, even in self-defense. Canada has a really natural law. They call it, it's a natural law. And I'm going to explain it to you this way. If you went outside and grabbed a squirrel, what would happen to you? The squirrel's going to bite you and claw you and hiss at you and growl at you till you throw it away and let it go, right? Natural law. He's defending himself, you let him go. Give you another example. Big mama grizzly bear and a tiny little cub, a tiny little bear cub. And you decide you want to go and play with that little bear cub. What's going to happen? Mama's going to come get you till you let go of that bear, right? Then she's going to take that bear and she's going to leave, but she's going to make sure that you're not coming back after that bear, right? Natural law. Our system is set on that way. And it's a big confusion for people. And a lot of that crap came from moms and dads back in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, the armchair warriors, right? Don't hit first, but by Jesus, if he hits you, you finish him, right? You ever hear that?
Oh, yeah.
And I hear those statements, and I really have to laugh. People have no idea or understanding what violence is when they say things like that. I've seen people lying in pools of blood before because they thought they had to wait to get hit. That's not a natural law. I've seen people stand there with their chests puffed out, actually saying, "You hit me first," and then they're knocked out on the ground because they got hit first, right? So, I mean, talking about natural law in self-defense, don't think you have to wait to get hit before you defend yourself. If you
have a true understanding belief that you are about to be hurt, or someone is going to try and impose a physical or sexual will on you, you have 100% right under the Canadian judicial system to protect yourself. That means to fight back, to hurt, to stop that attack. And the key word is stop that attack. So now we're in that window. You've been attacked. You're going to do some things that I'm going to show you. You've stopped that attack. And now you go, you son of a bitch, I'm going to make you pay for that. Now you're into retribution. That's not natural law anymore. Now you're trying to harm somebody. Now you become no better than the attacker. You will face the consequences. It will happen. So, and I'm not saying in a self-defense situation, you know, maybe I grab onto you and I try and impose my sexual will on you and I'm trying to tear your clothes off of you, and now you start pounding on me, leave me with my face cut up, maybe an eye hanging out of my cheek. You're going to get arrested. It's going to happen, right? You're probably going to have to even pay a defense lawyer to defend you. But you know what? It's going to get in front of a court, and a judge is going to hear your story. They're going to look at your story, and in most likely cases, if it is truly self-defense, they'll throw it out. My answer to that is, don't ever be afraid to defend yourself. That's just an aftermath of what you have to deal with. And the way you need to look at that, it's better off to deal with that in that world than dealing with yourself in a hospital, psychologists, going through psychotherapy for the next 10, 15, 20 years, never being able to have a relationship with a man because you can't trust them. That is not worth that, right?
Or even dead.
Or, God help it, even dead. So you don't, that's really not even an option, right? So thinking, should I do it? Do I have a right to do it? What if I hurt him? Hey, he's the one who grabbed the squirrel, right? He grabbed it. Let him deal with the consequences of the squirrel. That's self-defense, if that kind of makes sense to you.
That makes sense.
Is that good? All right. You ready to get going into our stuff?
I'm ready.
All right. Good. Is that okay? Let's talk about targeting. All right. So we're in this situation now, and all of a sudden something has started to happen, and I'm fearful for my own safety. The human body has 2 points of area that cause an automatic retraction. You have no control over it. It's your subconscious, right? It's there. It's there, right? I can hit you everywhere on your body, and you won't move. I strike you to your face, you start moving back, right? So we need to understand this is our primary, okay? That's where we want to go. We don't, you know what, the nuts, the knees, all of that, we don't even want to worry about that right now. We want the face. So the first strike that we need to do is an open palm strike. So how do we get to that, right? One thing you need to remember, anytime that you're in front of an aggressive individual, your hands always have to be higher than yours. So if I'm standing here like this, and I'm your hands are here. Not like this. Right? What I'm trying to do, or what you're trying to do, is create a very passive position. You're now actually taking my ego, because I'm going to friggin' make sure you know I'm right, and I'm going to get whatever I want, because that's what my ego wants. Now, you're creating a passive stance. Okay? And now you're moving. You don't want to stay there. It doesn't have to be bouncing everywhere. I just move. You know what? We don't need to fight like this. We don't need to do this. I don't understand why you're doing this. Please, we don't have to do this. You're being passive. You're bringing my aggression down. My ego now is even starting to feel better. I'm going to get what I want. You're now understanding I'm right. because you're becoming passive and submissive to me, right? First strike, open palm, right? First strike, open palm. If you can take the bottom of the chin and drive it back, even better, okay? The attack is square to the face. That's an open palm strike, okay? The nice thing about an open palm strike, you grab me, wham! Boom! Right? You choke me! No, choke me, get in here! Boom! Right? In order for somebody to choke you, they're not going to stand there like that. A choke becomes a very aggressive, right? I'm right in your face and I'm going to watch what's going to happen. That's a choke. So you're here. Boom. Boom. First strike.
And then I try to come back.
Oh, you know what? Strike. That's what happens. I'm attacking the one sensory area, your eyes, your nose, your mouth. I haven't got to your hearing yet, but I'm going to go there. So now I've removed you from me. You come back once, I'm still here. Stop. You come back again. Now I know this is more than just an anger situation. Now I'm striking, right? Just like claws. Okay? Strike. So let's try. Palm strike. Hit it. No, hit it. Hard. Right? Good. You want to plant everything right under your hips and just strike. Both hands. There you go. Look at that. What a great thing. Now, fast. Look at that. Hey, self-defense 101. Right there. Let's go to the second stage. Double palm strike. Now we're getting into some dangerous ground. I hit you with both hands this way. I'm probably going to create vertebrae damage back here. Okay? You might start frothing at the mouth. You might start gagging and choking on air. All kinds of different things can happen. Here now becomes that legal, moral obligation. Do I really feel my life's in danger? Anytime somebody puts hands on your throat, it's a life-threatening situation. You do what you need to do to get out, right? So, double palm strike, definitely something that should be done. Try double palm. Hit it. Wow, wonderful. Okay, so now we've got double palm striking done, right? So now, here's the next question. When we're here doing this, you're hitting me, and I turn my face now because that's what's going to happen, right? Now the palm strike starts coming. Bang. Now I'm turning this way, and it keeps coming. As I'm backing up now, trying to hide, it keeps coming. Keep hitting. You don't stop. You just keep coming. As soon as you get to a point where the face is turned, dig, claw into the eyes, the nose. Now when I do this, I want you to dig. Do you feel it?
Yes.
Do you feel it? You feel it, don't you? You feel it, right? Grab my nose. No, grab it. Do you feel it? Feel it.
She needs this, absolutely.
Feel it? All right. So now we're doing boom, 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 right? I'm turning. You trap, rip, gouge, pull, rip, right? All short strokes. They don't have to just be with the hand. Now they're the hand, right? Scratch. Forearm, gouge. I have an ear, 8 to 10 pounds. Rip, there's your ear. Pull. I'm going to just keep fighting you until you actually will give your back And now I'm going to start ripping. I rip. Ah! I bite. I pull. I yank. I tear hair. A couple things have happened. Underneath my fingernails, I got all the evidence I need to know who you are. Right? You're now walking around a bloody mess. You've also hit, and I'm sorry to brutalize you, okay? It's a very uncomfortable feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I didn't even do it. So what you've done now is you've caused that attacker to back away. He has no choice. You've hit all his sensory areas. His mind is forcing him away from the pain. He's not going to stay there anymore. The thing that you have to do is stay with him. Don't let him go. Stay on him. Trap, grab arms, heads, pull, tear, hit. You don't want him away from you. The only moment you let him away from you is when he runs, goes to the ground, you run. Don't stay. Don't go, ha, prick, did I show you? Boot. You don't want to, you get out. That's what you want to do. That technique, by the way, is called the shredder. It was developed by a guy named Rich Dimitri, one of the toughest men in the world. The shredder.
Shredder.
Yeah, the shredder. Now, we talked about elbow strikes, didn't we? Big thing here about telegraphing as well. My hands are here. Remember, this is where we want to go. Right here. Elbows are down and it's here. A couple things are happening. You're going to now force my attack to the outside unless I'm going right down. And even at that, you see what happens?
Yeah.
It's pretty hard, right, for me to get in. And these are all natural things for you to do. Very natural. Let me show you. Now we're going to do a drill called a shutter drill. Let's hold our hands just like this. And I need you to relax. Now, I'm going to strike you. I'm going to strike you here. And I want you to do what your body naturally does. Ready? Are you going to strike or would you try? You try. Where are your hands? Closest weapon, closest target. Right there. Just right back, strike. Right? Right? Strike. Strike. Right? Hands up. So now, if I go to the outside to strike you, you're going to probably do what you did the first time. You're going to put your hand up, right? Ready? There's the block. There's the hand. Strike, right? Do it again a couple more times. You ready? Going to hit the front. Ready? Trap it, because you don't want it to come back, right? So it's trap, hit. Trap, hit. Ready? Trap, hit. There you go. Good. Now let's go to the outside. Ready? Lock that. Hands right up. It's a natural thing. I don't want you to think about fighting. I just want your body to do what it wants to do. All right? That's all. You can go the other way. You can come this way. You see what's happening, right? Anytime I move towards you to hit, with your hands here, your weapons are up. They're there, right? And the neat thing about it, you're not telegraphing it. You're not, I can't see what's going to happen, right? But if you're standing there, and I'm here, and you go to hit me, and just throw a punch, just block it, right? This is very telegraphic now what's coming next. You can see it. You'll most likely hit me. You might even hit each other at the same time. That's why you want to keep everything here. And it's all natural reflex. Punch comes to the outside, you're going to do that. Punch comes to the other side, you're going to do that. It comes in, you're going to trap to try and protect, but your weapons are always out. They're always out right there. So, elbow strikes. Elbow strikes, incredible weapon. Incredible. But it's up close and personal stuff, right? If you know what, you're a bad guy and going to attack me, and I wind up with an elbow, you can see that coming. But if I'm here, whoa, right? That quick. Crack. It's done. Got a hold of me. I'm here. Crack. Right? We're up tight like this. You got me in. Maybe you're even on top of me. Crack. I can still hit you with an elbow. but I can't telegraph it out, so it's got to be short strike. So I want you to try. Ready? Go right up tight. Don't telegraph it. Don't telegraph it. Short strikes. Other one. Hit it. Short strikes. And you know what? The cool thing about an elbow doesn't have to be hard. I want you to stand there. Right there. Ready? I'm just going to do this so you can see from this point right here. Now, I'm right up against you, right? Imagine taking that in the jaw. Probably
Okay.
break some teeth, right? So they don't have to be big wind-up. And the purpose, remember, is removal, right? So we want to go closest weapon, closest target all the time. Elbow strikes, even from the back, right? Somebody comes in and grabs you. Drop your weight, lower it down. Closest weapon, closest target. Right to the face, remember? Boom, boom. I turn my head, where do we go? Boom, boom. All short strikes, right? So, come on. Ready? Grab. Step there. Elbow. Hit it. Hard.
Quick, vicious. There you go. Someone's attacking you. Come on.
Nice stop.
Yeah.
And what you did was absolute right. It's wham, 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 wham until you get movement.
Till they go
He
back.
moves his head, start to the other side, right? They're short strikes. They don't need to be big wind-up. Multiples. That's what you want. Hit, 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 hit until they start backing off, right? Really important stuff. Hammer fist. We talked about anti-social violence. We talked about the guy walking up and grabbing the girl, right? Pulling her off the step. So let's say you reach out, right? I'm here. You reach out and grab my hair. Hammer fist is this, right here. It's very short, strike. Very short, strike. Right? Up close and personal stuff. Wham, wham, wham. I don't need big strikes. Boom, 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 boom. Right? They're close, up tight. They're hitting. They're meant to hurt, is what they're meant to do. Same thing. You're going after primary targets, right? Preferably along the jawline if you can, hitting the side of the nose. Jawline breaks, right there. Noses, they crack, they break, they bleed. Eyes water. You're a great target to hit because they can't focus anymore on you, right? So let's just try up tight. Stop. We're close. Swing. Hit it. Don't telegraph it. Right tight. Good stuff. Good stuff. So let's talk now. Maybe we're here. I'm going to just ask you to go down a little bit low. We're going to call them short shots on the knees, right? So I'm here. Got a hold of you, or you've gotten a hold of me. Short shot. Strike. Whack. Whack, whack, whack. Rip, 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 rip. You see what happens, right? The knee shot, you can't even see it. It's right there. Boom. But what it's done is taken from here, focus to me, to your knee, which is now going to let me go. I'm going right at you. I'm not backing up. Right? So I grab, knee shot. Oh, now what? Boom, 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 boom. Atta girl. Good stuff. Now we do the deal. Ready? Hit! Hit! No, okay, let's back that up again.
Think about what he showed you.
You forgot everything I told
Yes.
you. Okay, so that's why it's got to be blinded, because you just had a meltdown, all right? That's a normal thing.
yeah.
That's a good thing.
She needed that.
Yeah. So now what I want you to think, what did Rob show me? You can't hurt me with those. I'll prove it. As hard as you can. As hard as you
Like
can.
this?
Yeah. That it? That it? You don't have the power to hurt me with your fists. Use the weapons I just taught you.
Yes. Look at me. Squirrel.
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 Remember the squirrel.
Squirrel.
Hit hard, fast, fast.
Squirrel.
Now, I can do it one more time. Now when I turn my back to you, because I'm going to, what are you supposed to do? Don't let me go. Rip, pull, hit, game. Right? Right?
Yes.
Okay, let's set up another one. You have a problem with that or something? What?
Keep going.
Good.
That was better.
Try one more time. Full anger. Okay? Relax. Those come up when I approach. Ready? So, we're here. Hands are up. Right? You want to be passive, not aggressive. Okay? There you go. Perfect. Good lead back. Good girl.
Nicely done.
Good.
That's hard.
Good
No
for
doubt.
you.
Of course it's hard.
Now,
Well done.
you see how it works? As soon as he goes to the ground, go.
Run.
It'll happen. He has no choice but to turn his face. The only thing I could suggest, when I turn, come right up. Right up.
It's scary to get attacked,
Sure is.
even if you know it's coming.
Because most people have never experienced it. Right? So when it happens, the majority of people will put down. They'll cower. They get hit. They get hurt. Right? And we started talking about women at the beginning. And I wish I had brought a purse with me. I really do.
I can track that.
You know what? Question. How do you carry your purse? What to you would be the safest way to carry your purse?
Across my body.
That protects the purse, right? Is what's in your purse worth your life?
No.
Then put it over your shoulder. Okay? If some dick wants your purse, let him have it. Let him have the $200 that's in it. Doesn't matter, okay? Because you don't know what you're facing. And I'm going to show you something that's going to scare your Jesus out of you. Okay? It's very easy in Canada to get knives, right? The problem is when people have a knife, they don't go, I have a knife, right? It's generally tucked up along the side of the arm. Or the handle's here, and maybe you'll see that much of the blade. Back this way, it's closed. You don't even see it, right? Stand. I'm this close to you. I'm going to hit you. I have a knife in my hand. Ready? I just punctured your arm. I have a knife in my hand. Are you ready? I just stabbed you in the
Get
neck.
out of the way.
I have a knife in my hand. Are you ready? I just stabbed you in the stomach. Don't mess with things you don't have to. I'm just saying, your life isn't worth your purse,
Yeah.
right? People don't understand how this shit happens. They have no conception
quick.
of how quick it is for somebody to die. So if somebody's going to grab your purse and you get into a fight with them and they have a knife, it's coming out. You know why it's coming out? Because they're going to bring it out to cut the purse strap. You're now in the way of it. It's going to happen. Let the purse go.
And generally, these people don't have anything to lose.
Nothing. There's three things that they don't want, and they will go to great lengths to make sure. They don't want you to find out who they are. They don't want to be recognized, and they don't want to get caught. Right? It's the only thing they care about. They still want your purse. They'll still cut the strap off your purse to get it. They don't care if they're going to cut your arm. They don't care if they're going to cut your throat, cut your pretty face. They don't care. They want your purse. So when you carry a purse across here, the only thing it allows me to do as a bad guy is to drag you to the ground, kick you, pull the purse. I'm going to get the purse. You're not going to stop me. I just showed you that you cannot overpower me. You can't. It's almost physically impossible for you to do that. You're just not built that way to do that. So you have to use other things that are a little bit smarter than most men. How's that? That's a good one, right? Because we're not always the brightest bulbs on the tree. Purse, carry it over yourself. Don't carry it this way. Doesn't matter. They want it, let them take it. Doesn't matter. Guy stands there with a knife in front of you and says, "Give me your wallet." Give it to him.
You
Who
can
cares?
replace ID, you can't replace your life.
That's right. The worst thing about a knife, I just showed you. You don't even know what's going to happen, and it happens.
And undetectable.
Totally. Totally. One final thing I want to talk to you about, even about self-defense. You get in a shitstorm like that with someone, you've put them to the ground, you've gotten away from them, stop where you are, where it's safe. Check your body. Run your hands through your check, over, check, your groin, check, your back. You know why? With your adrenaline pumping, you won't even know you got stabbed by a knife. You're going to bleed to death. That's how you'll find out the drop. So stop, check. Am I cut? Am I bleeding? What's going on? As soon as you find the cut, you'll feel the pain. Then you'll know.
Yeah.
But you may not even know up until that point. So stop. Feel your body. Check. Make sure that you're safe. And you did it the first time. You kick it and then stop. Right? Doesn't work that way.
You're going to keep coming.
When you start to unload, it's everything. I picked up a line from my own sensei. My sensei lives in a town, Newbury, which is about 6 hours from me. And I travel to see him once every month or 6 weeks. And I got a line from him that I'll never forget. I will never forget. And remember this. If you ever get attacked, be a giver. You give every fucking thing in your body towards that guy. Whether it's your fists, your claws, your hands, your elbows, your knees. Be a giver. Don't be a taker. That's the biggest piece of advice. Once you get into that shit, is don't stop until it's over. Don't stop. Right? You fight, you got a 97% chance of going over. And that's what self-defense is. It's about going over. Right? So if it ever happens, you don't stop until it's over. And most people think hit is okay. That guy who's come on to you, that the only thing that's done at that point is just up the anger even more. So it becomes something do or don't do, but when you're in, you've got to go all out. My name is Rob Andrus. I opened a company here in Brockville called Street Safe Self-Defense Training Company. I have a black belt in a style of jiu-jitsu that's called Nihongo Shin. And I'm currently, probably within the next 2 to 3 months, will have my second black belt in a second style of jiu-jitsu called Ningguelen. I received my core certification for my self-defense instructor under Safe International, which is a world leader in personal protection and self-defense. Safe International has a specific determination within their business profile that they're going to do, and that's to arm 500,000 women by the year 2020. Right now, they're sitting at about 360,000, 361 now. So, and I hope I never have to hear from you, other than maybe it's at a safety seminar or something and we get to meet. I do private sessions. I'm currently working with a couple of families right now that have had violence issues and problems within schools. So we do that kind of stuff as well. But at the end of the day, God bless and be safe.